let me tell you a secret about the United States. Something that shocks travelers more than the giant food portions, more than the big cars, and even more than the fact that you can buy a gallon of soda for 99 cents. Here it is, in America, tipping is not optional, yup. If you go to a restaurant, get your hair cut, or even just grab a coffee, you're expected to leave extra money on top of the bill. And if you don't? Oh, trust me, people will notice. Today, I'm going to break down the strange, fascinating, and sometimes frustrating world of tipping in the US. And by the end, you'll know why it's basically a law not written in the books, but written in culture. How it all started. Tipping actually started in Europe as a way for wealthy people to show off generosity. After the Civil War, America copied it, but in the US, it became an excuse for businesses not to pay workers fairly. Employers thought, why should we pay a full wage when customers can do it for us? That's how tipping became embedded in the system, not as kindness, but as survival. Example, imagine going to a store, buying a shirt, and then the cashier says, okay, your total is $20. Plus another $5 if you'd like me to smile. That's basically tipping in America. The minimum wage shock. In the US, the minimum wage is $7.25 an hour, federal. But here's the plot twist. For tipped workers, the minimum wage is only $2.13 an hour. That means your waiter, bartender, or delivery driver is literally living off tips. Let me ask you this. Would you work for $2.13 an hour? No way, right? Well, millions of Americans do, but only because they hope customers will tip. Social pressure expectations. Standard tip equals 15 to 20% of the bill. In big cities like New York or San Francisco, it can be 25 to 30%. If you don't tip, it's seen as rude, insulting, or even mean. Some servers will chase you out. Not kidding, there are videos of this. And don't even think about leaving a single coin. Unless you want the waiter to give you a death stare. A quarter tip feels more like an insult than a thank you. Culture shock for visitors. In Japan, tipping is considered rude. In Europe, service is usually included in the bill. In Nigeria, Ghana, or many African countries, tipping is more like a small token, not mandatory. But in America, tipping is survival. Question. So here's the big question. Should visitors be forced to follow this rule? Or should employers pay fair wages instead? The reality of service workers. Many waiters and waitresses depend on tips to pay rent, buy groceries, and survive. Without tips, they'd make less than $100 a week. That's why customers are basically co-employers. Your tip isn't extra. It's their paycheck. Twist, think about it, when you leave a tip, you're not just being generous. You're literally keeping the lights on for someone. Finally, so, the next time you're in America, remember, tipping is not optional. It's part of the culture, part of the economy, and part of survival. But let's ask the real question. Should this system continue? Or should America change and pay workers a fair wage? Like most countries, drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from you. Do you think tipping is fair, or is it time for America to move on?